What's up guys, Lindsay here. I am super psyched about this comic. My comic shop finally got the copies that they ordered in. The opposite of a shout out to Diamond Distribution, blah blah blah. But I avoided all videos about this. I wanted to go in this completely blind and I'm glad I did. Definitely go get this. I like his design because, Spider-Man is my favorite character in comics of all time. I don't know if I'll go that far, but he's up there. Definitely got a Spider-Man vibe. I've noticed this. It's like he's got a bracelet or something, or a wristband on underneath. I don't know what that's about yet. And I thought this V on his head was sort of silly, but then you find out that it has a reason to exist, so, you know, I'm not upset about it. I don't know if I'm sold on the name, Sideways. We'll see, but, I like his color palette. I like how it's not bright blue and bright green, because you get in that it's a little cartoony. And I feel like DC, they go for not as vibrant. They're going for more realistic type looking things. So I'm into these colors. It sort of reminds me of this comic I read a couple years ago called The Bounce. I didn't particularly like it, but I feel like he had blue and green in his outfit. I can't remember, but I'm into this. Let's go. Oh, also this one does have a fold out poster that is way better than the Silencer poster. Like, that is the new Terrifics. And then we have this up here. I doubt I'll hang this up, but you know what, I'm not mad at it. I feel like Sideways, it there's a future here, possibly. We'll see. But so we start off and we see Sideways, and we know right off the bat, just from this dialogue, this description, exposition, 7:03 a.m. on a Monday, less than an hour till the start of school. Well, that's just a really good way of letting us know that he's in high school. And so we know that we start thinking of all the potential things that could come from a character being in high school. A lot of people like Peter Parker when he's in high school. I like him a little bit more when he's in college, but college and high school Peter, I feel like, is the best Peter, so this makes sense. And he's got this ominous looking bubble and this girl. And last week when I went to go get this comic, and the comic guy, Charles, he said that they didn't receive all their issues. He said that the art style he kept describing it as rough around the edges. And then when I looked at it, I was like, oh, I totally get that. This art is great. It's got a little bit of a sketchy feel to it. It's not super like computer polished, and I prefer that type of style. I don't like overly polished stuff. And then, you know, like, oh, it's called riffs. Like, he riffs into this girl's bathroom, and he knows her, and he's got that ominous bubble, so what could happen? And then she smacks the hell out of him. What are you doing? Are you out of your mind? And we see him like this. Wait, it's me, ouch. And we learn that's a really good way of letting us know this guy's kind of a dork. He does know her, and just look at her room. This is like the ideal teenage room. Maybe not even teenage, just sort of the ideal room for people of a certain type. She's got the gaming chair and the gaming PC. She's got all these action figures. She's got a power block light. She's got some furry stuff, which I don't agree with at all. Like, shut that shit down. Where are her parents? And, you know, that they know each other, and we learn that his name is Derek. And I feel like that's an interesting choice for a name, because Derek is definitely one of those names. It's not uncommon, but right now I don't know anybody named Derek. So, and I don't know if there's any superheroes or villains with the name Derek, so it's like, it's not super original, but it's sort of, you know, interesting. And you find out that she made the suit, and then we see this, and she's full-blown furry right now, and it's, ooh, but she did make the suit, so that's cool. And she hits him, and she says it's like hitting a wall, so we know that, oh, he's got some density to him, so that's good. And I'll skip this panel because I really want to show like a lot of this, but we learn that he has super strength, and she asks him, are you as strong as Superman? He's like, no, but I can lift this, like, desk or whatever. And he does this total, like, CS Miami stuff. He's like, I'm stepping out sideways, and it's like, yeah! Cue the who. We will not get fooled again. We learned that she has a sister. Doesn't really matter, but just, this is awful. Where are her parents? Look, her sister's normal. Something happened. She's into bestiality. If you're a furry, you're into bestiality and you don't know it yet. Fight me! Fight me on it! We learn that he has a mom and dad here, but he's late. And that's sort of a trope of Peter, a trope of The Flash, Barry Allen, that they have all the necessary tools to not be late, but they are late frequently. So it's just, you know, he's kind of a dork. He's not, just lets us know, you know, he loses track of time. He's regular. And his mom's like, come on! And you find out that he used to drive himself to school, but because of an incident that happened in Dark Knight's Metal 1, he's old enough, well, he's not after Gotham. They keep alluding to this, and I haven't read Dark Knight's Metal because I'm sort of waiting for it to get done to see if it's really good. I'll probably end up reading it sometime, but whatever. And see her face. It's like, it's a really good face, but it's not, it's got little, you know, a lot of line work, and I'm into that. And you find out he used to drive himself to school, but he doesn't anymore because his mom is worried about him. And he's late, and his mom gives him a speech in the car, and she's like, look, I know you, and even though we promised to protect you, even though you're adopted, we're sorry about blah, blah, blah. And he's not really listening, and she's like, you're not listening, are you? And he's like, yeah, I heard you. So we learn that he's adopted, but he has a good relationship with his parents. He finally gets into school, and people are doing, like, little snide comments, and he's sort of daydreaming, or just not really paying attention to class. He's like, I'm sure Mrs. Griddle's trying to be profound, couldn't care less. The kid outside talking about a mama's boy, that was me, I'm sure of it. It'd be one thing if it was just him, but it's everyone. Just need to tune them out. They have no idea what happened to me and Mom. So, it's a big deal what happened in Gotham, and I'm glad that this comic addresses it. So it have a little bit of a flashback where he and his mom are in Gotham, almost in New York. Oof. And his mom works for a place called Dark Star. Dark Star? There's a John Carpenter movie called Dark Star, so that's not ominous at all. God, and he's trying to get an internship there, but seems a little lackadaisical about it, and she's like, look, don't mess this up for me. We see this big swirling portal thing, and everyone starts freaking out. And then they all buy Earth 1 Green Lantern. and he says, just like that, there was a mountain right in the middle of the city, which even by Gotham standards was weird. It has an energy to it. He and his mom are separated. And then he says, that was the last I saw of her or anyone for the next 4 days. That's serious. You can't just go missing for 4 days, dude. There's a story there. There literally is. I fell into the ground and then I fell somewhere else. I think I went into whatever energy the mountain was putting off. This makes me want to get on metal even more. But then the next page he says, he fell through the mountain and he ended up on the other side of the town. So he teleported through the mountain and then it was lights out. So now he has his powers. And he's daydreaming all this. He's reminiscing about what happened to him in Gotham. Some bully types give him a hard time. Everyone started talking about him as he walks by, and he doesn't say anything, but this one guy says, you need to stop listening to idiots. He was never much of a talker. So, he was not popular to begin with, kind of closed off, and then after Gotham, people started picking on him. I don't even know how to phrase it. They're not bullying him, they're not picking on him, making snide comments about him because he had this strange experience. He's even more ostracized, a little bit more of a pariah. And then he goes to the top of the building and we start seeing this sideways stuff. He goes to the top of he riffs to the top of the building, and you find out that when he started, nausea, blurry vision, headaches all seem to be a thing of the past. Hooray for me. Starting to get the hang of things, only took a week. So he's only a week out from falling through a mountain, getting his powers. He's got a costume made. He's ready to hit the town. it's showtime, and he just has it in his backpack. It's such a teenager thing to do. And then he does a live stream, which, you know what, we just got to get over that this is the world we live in now. This is a thing that people do. If we got superpowers, how many of us wouldn't do this, especially if we were younger? So a part of me is like, God, this is lame, but it's, you know, it's a reflection of the world we live in, so we gotta deal with it, everybody. Alright, old fags, just get it together. So he has a live stream called Stepping Out with Sideways, which, you know, alliteration is good. You know what this looks, this doesn't even look like there's a phone in there. It looks like it's an empty case. But we get a good look at his costume, and he says, name the location, and I can go there, and he's like, bet you're wondering how it's done. Kids, don't try this at home. And he literally just does a symbol like on his head. He's like, basically I can open rifts anywhere, I can look through, or I can step through them. Whoop. So he's only been doing it a week. He's not great at it. He's a little bit of a goofball. And he ends up, I'm not going to show it, but he ends up in a lake, and he starts getting these messages of saying, stop, accept the crisis ultimatum, your infractions must cease. And he's like, oh, what the hell is that? I better get out of here. Cut and run. Which, I mean, if you suddenly got a message that said, stop what you're doing, you wouldn't stop what you were doing. You would continue doing the thing, but getting away from the stop. You know what I mean? You're not going to stop what you're doing just because some disembodied voice told you to stop. You'd be like, what the hell? I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to stop doing it here. Disembodied voice can't follow me, son. He keeps rifting. He riffs into some funny places. Like, so this kid, he's very Peter Parker, like, he riffs into the girl's bathroom and he yells, not looking, not looking. It's just fun. It's like, just fun, you know? That's what comics have been missing a little bit for me. And he riffs, and he eventually is sort of what we had in the cover. He's like, oh, this is not good. And he's falling. He somehow manages to clip a building, which we know this kid is dead. And he drops his phone. He's like, he didn't see that. Where is he? Where is he even? Where is he? It's like, where's Sideways in this? I assume he's on this, because this is 3D rendered more prominently than the other 3D renderings. No, I think this might be drawn, but this is definitely 3D rendered. I can't see him. Where you at, girl? But he definitely does not see his phone crash. He's like, Mom's gonna kill me. So even though he's falling from the sky, he's managed to hang on to a building, which I wonder if he's falling, if he can do a rift, but it's kind of hard because your hands want to just naturally do that when you're falling. I'd be jumping off buildings all the time. And we see the villain. I wasn't going to show this if I got the comic when it came out, but it's been out for a week, so whatever. Still go get this because it's entertaining, and we got to support new stuff, guys. It says, you have been judged a threat to the continued existence of the space-time brain. Or Bran? I assume brain, but it's just spelled in a weird bad guy way. Since you seem unwilling or unable to cease your dangerous and lawless behavior, your sentence is death. And he's got this, I don't know why, but it's like a cat person to me. I don't know why. Cats aren't made of triangles, but I don't know, it's triangles. And he's got knee pads, I just noticed. It's like, wait, what? Which is a teenager reaction, but it'd probably be my reaction too. It'd be like, what now? Like, I could be standing at the gallows, and they'd be like, you're gonna die, Lindsay. And I'd be like, what are we doing? What is this? I don't understand what's going on. So, I mean, fun and games. Yeah, it's just like a fun origin story. We learn a lot in a little bit of time about our character, Derek, which I don't know if I'm sold on that being a good name. But we learn about him. He's tied into DC Metal, so I think that gives him more of a chance. Costume's great. Powers we'll see. They can be used in a fun way, but it's pretty fun. There's a bad guy at the end that maybe he's new, maybe he's old. I don't know. He looks like a cat. I'm into this. Go buy it.